Hey guys, welcome to Building Our Duck Pond Part 1. We are just finishing up mowing here, but so from the beginning, we chose an area that was pretty marshy already. Ducks have been in the area, and then we came down here this weekend and we mapped it out. We drove a gator around all the outside edges so the tractor won't fall into a river. We about put the gator in one, but from there we got the tractor and mower and we just slowly started. We had to make 2 passes around the whole thing just to get it pretty nice, and we're still touching it up, but this is part 1 to our series, so enjoy. So we are making the outline of the pond. We have the 2020 with a mower, and we are making the outline for our pond. It's going to be about 1/2 acre to 3/4 of an acre. It's going to be planted with corn and millet, and then there's a river running about right there right on the other side of it, and that we will be pulling from and diverting a little bit, but it is going good so far. We got a little close to the river and the gator while making the outline, but there it is. This is the river we will be just pumping from. It's pretty big, but we have to lift up in a few spots because it is pretty tall, but it's going good so far. It is early May and we are making the outline of it, and then maybe next week when the dozer's done, we'll get it down in here. I have the gator high centered on a bunch of grass at the moment, so we need to work on getting that out, but we are cutting it so we have a base outline of where we can go, and then also to make it dry and the ground dry quicker. It is pretty wet down in here, so we're hoping we can get down in here next week and start, but we aren't sure. It's supposed to be 90-some next Monday and Sunday, so that's good, but Apple weather you can never trust. The pond is gonna be about from the gator to the trees. We have the river running right here along the base of the trees, and this is just a rough outline. We'll get more. We might want to dig into this more and then put a blind next to the trees and probably one in here, and I don't know, maybe put one up in here somewhere. It's gonna be a pretty good spot. We think there's a pond a few hundred yards over there, over in the fir trees right there, and they were shooting up last year with they had corn and stuff, so we kind of copied them, so we should be set. We are holding the mower a little high right now, just so we can do a first cutting around, and then on the second time around we will lower it most of the way and just get a good base going and get the grass dying. And once we get the ground prepped, we're gonna spray it. Maybe flood it once, make sure it holds some water, and then we'll plant it. And it takes about 90 days to mature, so we'll put about 90 days to like the first or second week of season. So it'll last for a little bit, the millet will, and then corn's got a longer lasting season, so we'll put that on another pond. We're thinking of putting it over there somewhere, but pretty close to this one. This is one of our spots we hunted last year, and there were a lot of ducks flying in and out. We just didn't have anything to plant, so we are making a little area in here. Should turn out pretty nice. Oh, come on. I got the gator stuck. I'm sitting on some. Oh, I don't know what it's going to take to get it out of it. Oh, she's moving. Slowly but surely. We good at getting things stuck around here. Yeah, so now we're both off. He about got stuck right there. It's a little wet. See the tracks, but we are deciding if we should cut more into there, and we aren't sure yet. We're just getting it a rough draft so far. We'll change it later before we get the ground worked, but it's actually surprisingly nice so far. We are about done with mowing the outline of it. It's actually gone pretty darn well. We thought we were going to get stuck more, and we just about did, but oh, this 2020 is getting it. Just finishing up. We just mowed the last spot. I think we are going to mow like this area and make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. It's a good rough estimate. It's actually pretty nice size, but we hope to do it about 16 to 18 inches deep on average, so the mallards can feed, and then build up a little sidewall along the edges. And when season comes around, it'll be dead, but we'll weed whack along the edges of the river, so it's kind of a combined thing, and it's just like a flooded area. But there he goes. He's mowing that extra spot, but it's looking pretty darn good in here. Looking minty. It's a little swampy down in here. You can see his tracks, but we are making it a little bit bigger. As you can see, he's just widening it out. Just slowly. Make sure you don't get us in the wet spot right here. Oh, he's good. The river is like right there. You just can't see it. It is pretty marshy down in here. Just doing a last minute low chop before we head up for the evening, but there's a little pocket in there. We might put some teal in and just dreaming right now, but for 2 hours worth of work, hour and a half. It's a pretty good darn start. And we need to round up, kill all the grass once everything dries out, get the water out of here, and then bring the dozer down in here and start just scraping the top soil off and making a pile of that. And we're gonna have to put a dike around the whole thing. Not a big one, but we'll have enough water, but should be nice in here. Just a little muddy getting down in here. It's down in a hole in here, I'd say. So it's already wet, but it's gonna be sweet when we get it done. But thanks for watching this one, and stay tuned. We should have a next video out within 2 or 3 weeks of us tearing down and breaking ground into this thing.